I done something new. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
First and foremost, finding one more joke than I. My biblical core broke. Now I'm in between your queen and her throat. If you didn't intervene, I'm ripping your torso. You'll be resting in pieces, no blessings on your soul. Just a whole bunch of pieces that's left on your tombstone. Move on if you're bright on smashing your light bulb. You don't wanna fight, cuz y'all fake like Kim's and beef like her father. Dropping bombs on all y'all in memories of Pearl Harbor. Y'all thinking but really not per product. I'm 100% that leave your jaws numb. These other artists I shouldn't be confused with, cause they lost seeds in me. I'm deep. Come from the roof, you just blacken your thoughts. I'm like a blind man with a blindfold, I'm blackening out. I'm like Batman in the black mass in the back of your house. So act Batman, get a backhand, then get back and toss in the black van and smack you until you can't stand. Now that's the definition of beating you bad, man. I don't show these dudes love, but you can catch this jack. If you think he's hardcore, I detach his mask, kill all his alter egos and make his mankind. Put a bullet to his brain, he's out of his damn mind. For even having a thought, Christ is me. Even Jesus Christ would say Christ righteous G. In other words, in layman terms, I'm not thinking to get across. Put my verses in the Bible, cause these scriptures are bars. You say you know how to live, no, you won't try to listen.
Hey, man, shout out to the homie KO, man, H-Town, man, doing the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to hold it down, man. Shout out to everybody checking us out, man. It's your brother Atum Ra, MelaninIlluminated.com, back in the place to be, coming to you live from H-Town, man. You know, people ready to get out and get back to it. But man, everybody just pump your brakes, man. Slow down and think about it. But you know, shout out to all the small business owners that you know, I did have the chance to visit some small businesses this weekend. A lot of places out here in Houston, they're opening back up, but you know, they aren't necessarily letting people in the stores. You know, they're encouraging you to either pay online, or you know, if you come to the store, you can place your order at the door. You know, I'm okay with a plan like that. You know, because like we always say, don't nobody want to be that business, you know, where people come through and people get sick. But you know, just shout out to everybody out there doing the thing, man. Man, today, man, you know, I had to link up with my brother. You know what I'm saying? This brother here. You know, he been down for a while. And you know, since you know, all of y'all know me, y'all know I've been you know, started with the Kaepernick and the boycott and everything else like that. Because y'all know I was the biggest sports head. I mean, you know, I still kind of do have some interest, but I definitely don't follow like I used to. But the brother that I'm bringing on today, you know, I definitely respect his opinion, you know what I'm saying, as far as it relates to sports. And, you know, he is probably one of the only other brothers that I would definitely say his troll game is better than mine, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, Cliff from Hoop Jargon. What's up, G?
Man, what's up, everybody, man? It's Cliff Franks, man, representing Hoop Jargon, man. Follow me on all major streaming social media sites at Hoop Jargon. That's HOOPJARGON, man. I'm here to bring it, man. What's up?
There, man. So, man, bro, like, what is Hoop Jargon, man?
Man, I haven't been asked that question in a minute, man. Believe it or not, man. So
yeah, it's good. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. Actually, man, Hoop Jargon is like a group I started, man. It's a sports group primarily. I invited 300 of my closest friends, and I was just hoping it organically flowed from there. Fortunate enough, 9 years later, about 3,800 members. And they, I mean, and I don't really know, man. They go hard, man. So I cultivated the group. I got my own little, you know, cult of personality, whatever you want to say. and they go hard for the brand. And now I flipped it more or less into a media standpoint of me doing the same thing, but just using that essence that I created with the group. And now it's like doing the media thing. So
yeah, now for sure, man. You know, whenever anybody would ask me, you know, I would always say that hoop jargon was a movement. You know what I'm saying? Like I always saw it bigger than, you know what I'm saying, the group, you know what I'm saying, bigger than just what you were what you know what I'm saying you was doing online, man. Like y'all really created like a sports cultural movement before, you know, there were a lot of other so-called, you know, social commentary on, you know, sports, because, you know, as we see, you know what I'm saying, not only within the group, but also, you know, all these other shows, you know, there's so many different nuances to every situation, you know, to where, you know, it's beyond just the headline and the reports and things like that. Man, man, what first gave you the itch, you know what I'm saying, to move from, because I know you have a history playing, you know what I'm saying, and then moving into that social commentary lane?
Man, great question, man. So basically, you know, it's funny, man. A man goes through so many iterations of yourself, man. So I go from being Cliff, the basketball player, whereas, you know, I was just caring about getting contracts overseas, caring about getting my Division I game on and all this. So I was, you know, from that transition stage where, okay, I can't hoop like that no more. I mean, if y'all don't see me in real life, I'm 6'7", 240 pounds, right? So I look like I can hoop. When you get older, it's like, you ain't got it like you used to. So I had to figure out, okay, what else can I offer to the sports community, you know, after the fact I can't play basketball anymore. And so what I learned was I have a lot of connections. I have a lot of people I know. So I wanted to ultimately put that into a feasible income, something that, or even just something I can just contribute to the world, man. I think every brother should, I don't care what your talent is, what your skill is, you should be able to contribute something to the world. So I had to just sit back, man. OG sat back with me, like, I mean, what else are you good at? I thought about it, I like to talk. I got a lot of connections. And so me switching to that media game and doing sports commentary, I'm like, if these other dudes doing it, why can't I? You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. And man, you didn't excel the game, man. So man, let me ask you, bro, because I always been wondering, like, what are all the sports heads doing right now? You know, with all sports around the world shut down. You know, because it ain't just American sports. You know? You got soccer, what they call football, rugby,
all that,
everything, man. Where you getting your fix at, bro?
Man, you know what? In these moments here is like you figure out what you really about as a human being, man. Let me say that. Because somebody whose sports is revolved around, I'm 36 years old. I've been in sports heavy since I was been about 4 years old, bro. So most everything I can relate to revolve around sports. But times like this, you got to understand what you really are about. So if sports was taken from you the rest of your life, who is, you know, I almost said that wrong. Who are you? Yeah. And so what you're seeing right now is a lot of people figuring out a second or third talent, which is good for me because people are willing to do interviews they probably wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? The normal So people are bored as hell to answer your question, bro. So people are refining who they are, whether that's reading, whether that's doing self-help books or doing even people got the spirit of their own podcast who never said that they had that in them. You're seeing people just finding ways to express themselves, you know, in this time of this huge downtime, who are sports junkies. So I think you've seen a big influx of that, bro.
Man, for sure, man. Man, one thing, like, man, people may not know about you, man. Like, man, like you definitely a person that talk a lot of shit. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, you got a big heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've watched you, you know what I'm saying, give back, you know what I'm saying, to countless people. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you use your platform to, you know what I'm saying, give back, you know what I'm saying, to the youth and, you know what I'm saying, to the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I'm saying, this good old throwback pick right there, man. When you came through, man, came through to the cleanup, man. Look, man, making me look short, man. We was on the basketball court. I was about to post them up, but but like, man, like, you know, it's the things like that you know, I look for, you know what I'm saying, in people that I have around me. You know what I'm saying? And people that's willing to use their talents to get back, man. Like, so, like, what is it that, you know, drives you to, like, not only make hoop jargon a capitalistic venture, but also use something to give back to the community.
Yeah, man, and something I would liken. I mean, I guess about this whole thing that makes me want to tap back into my community is I used to be a teacher before this, so I taught in my district I grew up in, which is Aldine, which is North Houston, lower disadvantaged, populace. So when I was teaching, I'm just like, damn, man, I just know it's something I can do a little more of, like what I can control, but help these impressionable youth on, something that can help groom them. Because in the teaching system, I mean, we can fundamentally disagree with a lot of different people. I just felt like, if you're gonna teach real Black history, if you're gonna teach real stuff to these Black kids that you are funneling through your school, that's not the best avenue, because you're getting constantly evaluated from a generic standpoint. You know what I mean? So it's very hard to inject your own in that. So what I want to do once I had hoop jargon cracking, obviously, working for Mattress Firm, I can't really do that from a vocation standpoint. But when I want to get my hoop jargon thing on, I want to be able to affect that populace of kids where I know need that direction, where I know need that support, man.
Right, man. Well, man, I'm always here with you, man. And I'm always gonna support the brand, support the movement, make sure that it's a protected space, what I'm saying, for our people to be in and do their thing, man. But man, I saw some reports that some NBA facilities are looking to open back up. Just because certain states, I believe, like Oklahoma and Georgia, are starting to lift the stay-at-home orders, and also Texas and other states to follow. Man, how's that whole dynamic playing out right now, in your opinion?
Yeah, so I think of this in two facets. First facet is the fact they were so willing to shut down all these big money, generating entities, sports. If you understand what sports, the origin of sports is, it's to mold society. Like, so you go back in the old Greek, Roman, the Kemetic Egyptian days, brother, like that's what you do to take your minds off your normal day perils. Like that is literally the way you escape life. So the fact that they shutting all these down over this, so I was thinking like, okay, what's the real deal with this? Because that's a lot of money that you are losing out on. The March Madness tournament.
March Madness was huge.
Come on, bro. The fact that they not cashing in on that tells you a lot. So what you're seeing, so it means that threat was very much a big thing. And so what you're seeing now is, I guess, the numbers are leveling off, or if you want to go deeper with it, the powers that be understand the next play. So
right.
Back out there. So however you want to look at it, I'm not telling nobody how to look at it one way. I just understand. I understand all levels of thinking on this. And so what you're seeing now, it's pretty much been the all good flag has been waved. And so I think, it's a good thing from a selfish standpoint. I definitely want to watch sports. I definitely want to watch things I like, take me away from life, which I understand what's going on, big picture. But yeah, that's what you're seeing, brother. Like, so it just really makes you, kind of astute to like what's really the major play. But it'll hurt your brain thinking too much about it.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I got some boys that go way off the deep end, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the time for it, man. But let me ask you, man, just on more of this would it play out as an advantage for teams that get to facilities versus other ones that couldn't? You know what I'm saying? Do you see, because they'll maybe like moving players around to like a central facility, or you know what I'm saying, something like that?
Man, what they say, man, in the land of blind, that man one eye is a king. So basically, hell yeah, you got time to get in that gym and do stuff and get together. Hell yeah, you got the advantage, bro.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah. Yeah. Do that, man. Do that.
Most definitely. You get no reps in, bro. You ahead of the game. Believe that.
Yeah. Man, you think they're gonna try to find a way to salvage the season, or is it over with?
Whew. Now, I thrive in this space of Justin and what they call it, pivoting.
Yeah.
Most people they don't know how to pivot, man. Right. Goes around. I don't know what to do.
Tim Duncan on the block.
You know what I mean? So I would think with all those minds that they pay and all those people who are bright and enlightened, astute to what's going on with the ground level as far as the social media game and what fans want and desire. I'm sure they have a contingency plan to still have. I mean, because think about it, they had the lockout year. They had a year. They played like 40 some odd games, and they made it work. And that's under the David Stern regime. So now with Adam Silver, who's a lot more progressive, I'm sure they got plan Z through H through Z. Yeah, I'm sure we'll still see something resemblance of a playoffs. I'm definitely sure of it.
Yeah, man, that'd be interesting to see, man. Because I mean, I think pretty much, I wasn't just following like super closely, but I would imagine like the teams that if they were to start going towards the playoffs, the teams that are already kind of in the top 8, for the most part, are the ones that probably should go.
Yeah.
I would like to see them do, the whole put the East and the West together. You know what I'm saying? Do the best of 16.
Hey, if it ever was a year to do it, it's this year. Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? Like why not, man?
Why not, man?
Why not, man? Man. One thing I was following with the NBA season, and I don't know if it's irony that I have on this, yellow, gold, melanated, illuminated shirt. But for the past several years, can you believe the number one Laker hater, Atum Ra, has been rooting for the LA Lakers? Now, don't get it twisted. Like I'm a Rocket. I'm an H now all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like those gonna always be my sport. So I mean, just like everybody else, I got players that I like. You know what I'm saying? That I, may follow. And your boy, what's your boy, Shannon Collum, old Goat James, old Goat James. I definitely, I'm unapologetic about being a LeBron fan. I could definitely say that the reason that a lot stopped liking LeBron was the reason that I started liking him. Made the decision to go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that was just a boss move. You know what I'm saying? For a brother, hey, man, like, see, I could take my talents and go wherever I want to go. I like, all right, man. But anyways, with all that being said, man, the Lakers was actually doing pretty good this year, man. Like, what were you seeing from your team so far, man? Because I know that's your squad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a bandwagoner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Y'all been making it hard for me to be a Laker fan, bro. I tell you that.
Yes. Yes.
With the man, and what I always say, with LeBron James come with the LeBron James experience. With the LeBron James experience, I mean, some people may not like this, and frankly, I don't give a damn. One of the most protected athletes of all time, man, and he's smart for doing this. He has his plants in the media who prognosticate on his behalf. Your Shannon Sharps, your Nick Wright, your Chris Carter's.
Oh yeah, Atum Rise.
Atum Rise.
Yeah. Old Goat.
What's that man? Max Kellerman's of the world.
Yeah.
Brian Windhorst. The list goes on.
For sure.
He's smart for that because you got to control narrative. Narrative is like how the novel follows the game. So I understand what the LeBron James experience comes with. So it's kind of frustrating with that, but I'm a kind of cat, man. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I give him all respect for what he's done.
For sure.
Let me state that. Because people say I'm a LeBron hater. Like, no, I'm not. I'm a James Harden hater. I'm a Russell Westbrook hater. I just can't rock with it. I don't got no problem saying who I quote-unquote hate on. To a brother, do I hate him? Nah. But it's just in the basketball realm, I can't fool with him.
Right. For sure.
I'll say that.
For sure.
Question, man, Lakers doing exceptional, man. And one thing I want to give LeBron a lot of credit for is him evolving his game. So LeBron, in his system, is usually, hey, I handle the ball. I'm going to do my thing. You kind of get to your spots. If you're open, I'll hit you. If not, I'm going to do my thing. What LeBron's done differently that he's never done his whole career is he deferred to Anthony Davis the whole time. You never seen him defer to somebody. And with that, I liken that to his time with the Miami Heat, to your point. That's when he learned that. Because Wade at the time was still, he probably still could have got the, that balanced structure about who's better than who. He knew better. Like, if I'm going to extend my career, if I want to win multiple championships, it got to be through LeBron. That's the young, you know what I mean? That's the young Ferrari coming through. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm Rolls Royce status right now. I need this Ferrari to come lead the way.
Right.
You feel me? So that's what happened, man. And so I think LeBron is doing the same thing with AD. I think it's brilliant that he's doing that. So I mean, that's shown right now. I mean, the playoffs is a different story when you got series, but yeah, I mean, that's why you see the success they have. It's kind of, I mean, it's giving LeBron props for conceding this game for the betterment of the team, and so I got to give full props to that, bro.
For sure, man. Well, you know, like right now, you know what I'm saying, as far as the East and the West, you know, I hear everybody putting, you know what I'm saying, the Lakers and the Bucks up there, man. Like who are some other like sleeper teams in the East and the West, you know what I'm saying, that if a playoff started, you know, let's just say end of May, and it was some type of crazy March Madness type of environment, like who would be some sleeper teams, man, that boys might want to watch out for?
Well, in the East, man, East is top heavy, man. Like I wouldn't expect nothing of significance to come from there besides the Bucks. The Pacers. I would say the Pacers a team to watch for the Pacers. If you remember 2 years ago when LeBron was still with the Cleveland Cavaliers, they almost put them out in the first round.
Right.
They couldn't take care of it in Game 7, but now they're back healthy. They got their squad back. Victor Oladipo was out last year, so now he's back this year. Right. So I would say it's a team to watch out for. The Indiana Pacers on the East. Other than that, it's going to be the Bucks. It's going to be the Raptors. That's pretty much it. But look out for the Pacers. The Pacers can mess around and do some damage over there. Going over to the West, I mean, the West is a gauntlet, man. Like the team I love on the come up is the Pelicans with Zion and Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram. So they're competing for the 9 spot. They can probably seep into the 8. Could they challenge the Lakers in a 7-game series? No. I've seen 2 games playing against them. I don't see that happening, but it's a lot of volatility in that spot. So let's go talk about more teams. Talk about the Utah Jazz. Let's talk about the Houston Rockets, which I hate to. Oh.
Hey, now, hold up, man. Let's mute this man, Mike.
But I keep it G, man. I don't have to like you to respect you. You feel me?
No, for sure. For sure.
So I say the Rockets. I mean, I think small ball lineup, right? If you remember right before the Corona happened, they was actually getting their ass whooped. But
man, that boy James Harden, man, like, man, oh my God,
put a rock in the ocean, man. I'm just saying, man. Y'all lost to the Knicks, Orlando Magic, and some other bum ass team like all in 1 week, right before. So I'm like, it ain't looking good, man. You know, I went live.
Yeah, man. I you know what I'm saying, you know, I love my Rockets. I love James Harden, man. I think they just got terrible shot selection, and that pays when you get to the playoffs, and there's less possessions. You know what I'm saying? You can't do heat checks and, you know what I'm saying, 27 dribbles before you take a 30-foot shot. Like, man, I would rather you do, if you're going to take a 30-foot shot, just come down and shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, immediately as soon as you cross half court. Like, don't waste 23 seconds and then hell up a 30-foot shot. Like, you could have at least we could have got a rebound or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
holding everybody hostage, man. With that position, man. Thanks, man. And I'm glad you're a Rockets fan who can discern. You know what I mean? What the problem is, because that's a problem.
Yeah. But I mean, that's been what has decimated us in the playoffs, in my opinion. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at it, like, for all the things being said, you know, you can look at the CP being hurt here and there, but like for all, one thing has been consistent. It's just like terrible shooting percentages, and you know, I mean, I don't know if that's that Morey ball not playing out, but you know, that's kind of one of the knocks that I've always had on D'Antoni as a coach. You know what I'm saying? Even back when he was with the Suns, you know, everybody loved the Suns. But when it got down to the nitty gritty, boys couldn't pull through.
Absolutely, man. It's a combination of both. I think it's more Daryl Morey, because James Harden didn't play like this before he came to the Rockets, bro. Right. I was a James Harden fan before that. I guess that's why I don't like him. And I seen what James Harden could be when he playing in true essence, man.
Right.
He's a dude who can play point and a shooting guard. He's a dude who can play defense. He's a dude who's very versatile. But now he's turned to a bastardized version of himself, and I cannot let it slide. I don't care what nobody says.
Boys ain't seen no defense since he left Oklahoma.
Come on, bro. And he got a good post defense. That's pretty much his calling card. But his off ball IQ is man, for his stature, for his his status way too low. His ability to like get fouls, I mean, that's a good thing. But like you said, the playoffs, the possession shrink down, so you can't be relying on this volume of referee calls. They clearly not giving you calls, bro. So where's the nuance to your basketball game? And I don't care who run up on me. I know I'm moving up in the sports world. I'm getting plugged in, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I know I say that because you got to start to really decide who you are. Because if you really got that smoke, when you start with profile bills, people gonna challenge you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'm not letting up on bad basketball. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who I run into. I'm a cat. I'm gonna be able to hold my own. If some people don't want to fool with me, that's fine. But I'm gonna bring it like how I see it, bro. I can't not do it.
Yeah, man, you got to, man. And like you said, man, I think the people not gonna say the people do respect you, you know what I'm saying, for having that perspective and that opinion. And yeah, like, man, that's real, man. And, you know, like, man, you know, I ain't in the sports media game, but you know, I can be honest about my Rockets because I at least watch them, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just been hard. Man, it's been hard, man, you know. And you know, just being a forever H-Town brother and you know, a perpetual Cowboys hater as well. You know, like, you know, I mean, I'm just
had that, man. Where my
Cowboys? but you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel kind of bad, man. It's been, you know, saying 94, 95 since, you know, as a Rockets, man, we got that chip, man, and you know, we've been kind of close, man, and you know, we be roasting everybody else, man, but you know, that clock kind of ticking, man, and we gotta do something, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Astros, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Astros.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what people say, that's our chip. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, go argue with your grandma, man. Hey, I ain't got no food. Champion.
Hey, man. But you know what though, man? I will be honest with you, man. You know, this whole Astro stuff changed some of my opinions. The Patriots. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just because I always hated the Patriots because we all know they cheaters too.
Yeah.
But then, you know, so you kind of think about it like, man, after you get that chip, man, you like, hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, brother, I want to impart this upon you, man. So, sports is a narrative-driven league. All sports are narrative-driven league, and there's a lot of manipulation that occurs in the results of things happening, whether we all want to admit it or not. I think it's been overwhelming evidence to show that. So you just gotta understand, man. You gotta accept the chips falling how they made, man. Like if you get a little more help. I mean, I'm a Lakers fan, bro. We beat the Kings in 2003. That was the biggest crocky, you know what I've seen in my life. But we cheated our ass off, man, and that's just real talk. But history don't remember that. History is like we three-peated. So I gotta apply that same thing to the Patriots. I gotta have that same energy for my Astros. So I have no regrets. We've been at Astros forever, bro. Like the Yankees got the biggest payroll forever. 2009 or something like that.
Right.
I don't care. Run me my ring, man.
Right, for sure, man. Hey, that's our chip, man. Then, man, man. Then we also know, man, you know what I'm saying, Vegas and all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? They got the players and
come on, bro.
You know, and you know, one thing I always say, people forget, like everybody always think about like wins and losses, but like those you're gonna shoot, you know what I'm saying? Turnovers, everything, you know what I'm saying? It's up for grabs, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. And I keep it all the way trill, man. And I, being a sports purist, you know, I played Division I basketball and all that. I understand, man. It's a lot of BS with the mainstream game of this. So I'm just like, hey, man, it ain't my job to figure out all the intricacies, all that. But my team win, we won. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
My it's done.
man. So, bro, I gotta ask you, man, because you know, you definitely know more about the NFL and what's going on recently than me, man. But I have been seeing, you know, a lot of great viral clips from the first ever NFL virtual draft. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all have seen them as well. Man, how was that experience? Because I didn't watch it or anything else like that. But I mean, what do you think it was meant for the game, or will this be something that it looked like they may continue? Because I mean, one thing that I liked when I saw just some of the clips that I saw was how all the players was at their house with their family, and what I'm saying, everybody was kind of there celebrating with them, versus when they go, which I know is big when they go to New York and they have a few people with me, but was just dope being there with your family, man. But what do you think about that, bro?
Man, I think, man, given what you got to work with, I think they did an excellent job, man. Like you said, they showed the family dynamics. Now,
yeah.
I won't get into some of the family dynamics I saw.
Yeah.
The family wasn't present on some of them, but I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm sure you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's good. I mean, of course, you had the product placement with the deliberate Pizza Hut pizza boxes on the, you know what I'm saying? The right hand still got to feed the left hand, man. So I peep all those intricacies and shit like that. But I think it was awesome, bro. I think it was good to see the NFL adapt and pivot to the limitations of what we got right now. At the end of the day, everybody got a Zoom account. Everybody got social media access. Everybody got this, that, and the third. So it was naturally a great progression. It was a great adaptation, I would say, that the NFL did. Because the NFL is not a big adaptation league. We know. That's how they call it called. The NBA, that's their thing.
Right.
NFL, not so much, man. So I ain't gonna lie, man. As a I'm more of a Kaepernick moderate. So I mean, I can understand what Kaepernick meant, and I can understand, the counter to what he was doing or what have you. And I'm the kind of cat, man. If I choose to lock into something, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's why I still watch the NFL, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? I think they did a good job, man. And I think you about to expound on on some of the highlights of that. But no, I think it was a great job the NFL did, man. To be perfectly honest with you, because I thought it was gonna be a pretty much crocker. You know what, man?
Right. Well, I mean, I know the two clips that at least I saw everybody was talking about was the one, man. Old girl trying to snatch the burner phone. Come on, man. What was going on, man? Hey, old boy was smooth with it too, boy.
Hey, that's my receiver right there, baby. CD Lamb, man. Shout out to him, man. He like, hey, what you doing, man? She wouldn't explain it. She was actually saying his agent was calling on FaceTime as he was talking to the Cowboys. So she said, quote unquote, as a good girlfriend, I was trying to answer the phone, and nah.
He want to talk to that agent, man.
Hey, whoever it was on that phone, hey, don't worry about it. We not get that.
I'm at that Bob and Weave, but
you ain't about to dig me up on national TV right now, which you're not about to do. But a lot of people in the mix who aren't the staples of the situation, they're not thinking like that. They're thinking, oh, my boyfriend's phone ringing. Let me answer it. But she's not thinking big picture. The big picture.
Oh yeah, man.
We can't have no snafus right now.
Oh yeah, man. Just like Mama got old girl about that picture. Oh yeah. Well, I think Mama got a pancake that day, boy.
Boy, she got credit for a pancake block there. Well, and that lady wasn't little that she removed. So I'm like, brother, that's what you rocking with, hey. Yeah. Love you want to love, man, but hey. It's like your fifth grade math teacher right there, bro. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, but yeah, now, mom's got that out of that, man. Yeah, man, it was an interesting experience. But you think if next year everything is back to everything, they'll probably go back to the original New York format.
Absolutely, man. The New York format is classic, man. People getting booed draft night. Well, that's more NBA in New York, but. Same thing with NFL when Goodell comes on, everybody boos him and stuff.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to go to a draft in Dallas 2 years ago, man. It was a great experience, bro. Like we're in big ass, Texas State. I mean Texas. I'm sorry, AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play. They cut off half of the arena, but it was still dope. Like you could feel the energy of everybody who was just excited about their team in person, and it made for good television and what have you. So yeah, I think. and you actually had to go and do it's like an NFL experience outside. So I don't think that they will miss out on that opportunity thus forward. I don't see that happening. But I think for a contingency plan, I thought it was brilliant what they did,
man. Yeah, man. Is the Cowboys gonna get a championship this year?
Man, watch out, man. Why you? Man, I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else, man. Until we consistently have playoff success, I'm not saying the C word, bro. I'm not saying the SC word. Until we consistently have playoff success, then I will acknowledge it. Do we have the talent on our team to do so? Absolutely. But having the talent is one thing. Having the execution and the leadership to do it is a whole nother. So I think we got a better coach. I think we got more of a man's man. That's gonna help us out. But I'm not gonna put my
yeah. No, for sure. No. Hey, I hate to get you, man. But I do got a more rational question for you since we gotta talk about the Cowboys, man. What was your opinion on how that whole Dak Prescott contract situation playing out or is playing out?
Man, I'll say this, brother. I've been living in Dallas the last 2 years. I moved from here in LA about 4 months ago. So I'm following this whole situation pretty closely. I mean, the Dallas media does a good job of following the Cowboys, bro. I think that
shit, they better.
they got to re-sign Dak, man. It's funny because when this first started, they were very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Very, very arrogant about this process, thinking, oh, well, it's just a foregone conclusion. Dak gonna sign at this amount. The big problem is worried about Zeke. You know, because if you know the personality type, Dak is very much laid back. Zeke is a live wire. So that's why Zeke forced his contract 2 years ahead of time.
Yeah.
More or less, hey, I'm gonna do what you asked me to do. And I thought he was the kind of guy who was gonna take, a hometown discount. What we saw was, that didn't happen at all. Like Dak is a shrewd negotiator, and I can't blame him because if you look at the last 4 years, he's made less than $2 million every year, and Dak is like one of the top 5
most crazy.
Come on, bro, the most familiar quarterback. You can say his skill set maybe 15,
crazy.
10. But Dak Prescott, if you look on social media right now, the most mentioned quarterbacks right now, I bet Dak is top 5. I bet you he's top 5.
Yeah.
Pay them peanuts, bro. They pay him like a practice squad player. So I can't get mad at him, bro.
Yeah. No, I would agree, man. And see, that's kind of like how I've been so-called, even though I haven't been watching the NFL, I've been kind of connected through certain stories kind of push past sports media, you know what I'm saying, into the social stratosphere. And, you know what I'm saying, that's how I kind of got hooked on, you know what I'm saying, with what was going on with the whole contract situation. And like I said, man, I'm a proclaimed Cowboy hater, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know that. But the reason that the Cowboys should not run my man this coin. Like point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And just how they were kind of dicking him around, you know what I'm saying? At least from what I, you know what I'm saying, read with what I saw, you know what I'm saying, it seemed like they was dicking him around. And, like you said, props to Dak, man, for standing up and knowing what he worth and saying, nah, I'm not gonna just take a discount when I know y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? I know you can pay me. Yeah, we know Jerry got it, man. You know,
Jerry drafted from his yacht, man. At the end of the day,
right.
Well, the NFL owners drafting from their yacht. These billionaires we talking about.
Right. But now that was trippy though, man. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, until recently when I started getting up on it that this man had been getting paid $2 million.
Yeah. That's
$2 million a year. And it's the face pretty much. I mean, him and Zeke, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, he's the quarterback of the Cowboys. And no matter how much you can hate on the Cowboys brand, that is a global brand. Like you go everywhere and there's Cowboy fans. Like everywhere you go, I travel to, there's Cowboy fans, you know what I'm saying? Like there's people that know about the Cowboys when you go outside the United States and everything like that. And he is the quarterback for the Cowboys.
There are 4 global brands in sports all the way across the lecture. Real Madrid soccer, New York Yankees, LA Lakers, Dallas Cowboys. So you'll have fans in countries you ain't never heard of them 4 franchises because their brand is that big. And Dallas and Dak Prescott is at the vanguard of the second most popular team, which is the Cowboys. Real Madrid and the Cowboys.
Right.
So come on, man.
All right. So name those 4 teams again.
Real Madrid, Cowboys, Yankees, Lakers. Biggest 4 franchises in the world.
And what are the top players on those other 3 teams looking like?
Well, Ronaldo was for the longest for Real Madrid. But Real Madrid basically gets the best soccer players. So Ronaldo was one of the latest, biggest guys they had. I think Ronaldinho from Brazil played with them for a little while.
Right.
They get the names.
Right. But did he get the contract?
Oh, hell yeah. Man, Ronaldo owns like his personal island, bro. Yeah, he got the contract.
Yeah. What
paid most of anybody in the world, bro.
Right. What about the Yankees? I would say I know they give everybody the bag.
I'm about to say I'm sure Mike Judge likes the bag.
Everybody. I've never heard of a. Let me take that off the board. I never heard to the Yankees say they ain't get their money.
Steinbrenner family runs that with an open checkbook because in baseball you don't have a hard cap, so you can pay your players if you want to choose to do so.
Right.
So Yankees don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we already know Braun got his bag.
Braun got his bag. AD about to get his bag. Nobody getting shortchanged on Lakers front. As a matter of fact, they overpaid Kobe on his last contract. Everybody tripping about getting $25 million a year on his back end of his career. So the Bucks family ain't gonna balk at contracts. So now that leaves it with Jerry Jones. I get it, man. Jerry Jones is a self-made millionaire. You can say what you want to say about him, but it's something to be said about who is somebody who's a self-made millionaire who went bust a few times before he really popped off. He's a negotiator. Now, what I don't like about is them putting messages out like everything was good when it wasn't good. But I understand that's called, and I'm about to take it somewhere. It's called Hegelian dialectic: pressure from above, pressure from below. So in that instance, you put it, from the media standpoint, that's pressure from above. Pressure from below is your actual negotiation with that.
Right.
So that's what he's doing. Like a lot of people who are prominent figures in this sports society, they always practice it. LeBron, your boy, he understands that Hegelian dialectic principle as well. So it's effective. It's why people do it. For sure, man. But yeah, man, they gotta run that man. His coins, man. Like they gotta run the coins, bro. I'm not mad at Dak, man. I'm upset that he ain't on board, quote unquote. But I mean, I can't tell no man how to run your life, especially you've been on a discount for 4 years, bro. Nah, man. That's like facts, man.
Like I said, man, I can hate on them, but I can't hate on the man getting this bag, man. Especially, man, you know, man, what a man is worth, man. And I know, man, football, man, that's a tough sport to go out there and play, man. And to do all the things that he's done, you know what I'm saying, for the organization. Yeah, man, that man definitely deserved that, man.
Easily.
Easily. Like I said, but we see how it is, man. Let me ask you, man. I want to get your opinions on The Last Dance, man.
Okay.
The MJ documentary, man. What you think about like how they put it together and just overall?
I think it's a good thing, man. I think a lot of people are getting ahead of because man, when you build a story, you start off slow, you provide backdrop and context, and you expand from there. So I think they're doing a beautiful job of doing that, man, because you got to set the backdrop. A lot of people don't know much about Jordan, and much they claim to know. You don't know his struggle. You don't know his origin. You don't know what made him into that monster that he was. And so I think they're building it slow is perfect, bro. Like you got to appreciate the whole body of work. You can't just take 96 Jordan and think that was him his whole career.
Right.
98 Jordan think that was him his whole career. That's not true. You got to see what made him into who he was. I think the slow grind is perfect because, I mean, you got to really highlight all these intricacies. Like, I mean, nobody knew he had – well, some people knew he had these arguments with Jerry Krause. But people didn't know it's to that level. Like, Jordan was, like, trolling him every day, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's how those working relationships can go, man, and people just don't really know. So I think they did a wonderful job of setting backdrop. I think these early episodes are going to show you the backdrop, and then when you get to the meat and potatoes where we all want to see the shots, the actual, moments that made Jordan who he is. That's actually what I got on right now. You know, representing the show.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't no Bulls fan by the longest stretch, but I'm loving the series, man. It's beautiful to show the whole body of work, man. That's what makes you appreciate the story.
Right.
So, excellent job, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, man, I told you when you came on, man. You know, I got a throwback clip, man. You know, said that I wanna play, man, and because you know, I said I think this was kind of well, actually, now this wasn't my introduction because I was you know what I'm saying, and before then, but just kind of one of those moments, you know what I'm saying, that was a moment, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me play.
Just for you. We are here at a home game in Houston, Texas. Minute Maid Park, playing against the Oakland Athletics. And we were told by your security staff, multiple security, that we cannot yell, we cannot cheer, and we cannot heckle the visiting team. At no point in time did we use any slander, racial slurs, derogatory language, profanity, or anything like that. All we said was 16, you suck. And what happens? Your security staff tells us to keep it down. This is a family environment. But if you go to New York, if you go to St. Louis,
you go to Dallas,
San Francisco,
anywhere USA,
Tampa, any of our competition, this is what they do to our team. And they're winning. We have won nothing.
Get them.
Zero.
Get
them. Not ever. Not ever.
Get them.
You are the new owner of this organization.
Cut it before I start talking.
If we can't defend our team, and we can't get out there and get in the heads of the visiting team when they come here, what's the point of a home field?
What's the point
we have none.
You forgot to mention it.
Yeah, man. Get me out of there before I start.
After the ninth inning, we were down 3-2 with one out. And so it was a
man.
Look at you with a booty face, bro. Like,
hey man,
scratch that for the records, bro.
Hey man, but like, man, I love it, man. It's like one of my favorite ones of all time, man. And y'all boys went on, man. First of all, man, like I said, we know that was back in 2014, man. First of all, man, tell me about the moment. And then second of all, man, I want you also to build upon what Brother E, you know what I'm saying, meant to Hoop Jargon, man. Because you know, man, a lot of people had a lot for the brother.
Yeah, man. I guess I'll set the backdrop right, man. Rest in peace, Ernest, man. So that's one of my boys since about grade school. And so yeah, so he's deceased, man. He passed February 3rd of 2019. So, but me and him had that same rebel spirit, man. It's just like we literally almost got removed from a baseball game. The Astros, this is the worst team in baseball, right? Now we not the world champion Astros that we know now, bro. This is when the shit was like,
right. Oh yeah.
It's our own. We're still the worst team in baseball.
So the guys were cheap to get in.
You feel me? So they should pay us to come to games at that time.
Factuals.
So when we had a group of about 12, 13 people, bro, we came to the game just off the strength of the love of the Astros, even though we suck. And so after the game, they tried to remove us for being too loud, is what they said. I'm like, and the dude come down talking to me, and they always send a brother down to try to, you know, moderate, mediate. I'm like, brother, I ain't got no quarrel with you. I don't care what you talking about, but I'm not hearing what you saying right now, bro. You're not about to remove me for being too loud. Like, this is a professional baseball game. So, yeah, man, it happened, bro. And when we was leaving the arena, we was like, man, we need to do something. And I remember I had some friends in the media at the time who was at Channel 11, Channel 13. I was like, man, let's just make a video, bro. And I'm going to send it to him, and we're going to see where it goes. So me and Ernest down there, and man, Ernest, he did better than me, man. I was influenced by the beers. The boys racing out of that video, man.
Coming to a game, and they do that to us.
I said, we ain't won nothing ever.
He was channeling his Pimp C, man.
Hey, that boy went on. Hey, I let him do his thing more than me. I ain't on front. I wanted to be the star of that show. But when Ernest started bringing it, I'm like, all right. He was bringing it, bro. And so into your second question, what Ernest meant to Hoop Jargon, man. you know, with him passing, bro, it was just like a big, you know, my ace gone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who I would always be privy to ask, like, oh, what you think about this? What should we do about this? What do you think about this conversation going on? Like, I mean, reflexively, and he's more like the iron fist, you know what I mean? I'm more logical. Ernest more about action.
Yeah.
So something pop off, man. Ernest like, man, let me do it. So he'll hop on there like, hey, man, all right. So I tell him the parameters, but Ernest about that enforcing the law shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm more about just, you know, galvanizing the whole. So, you know, that was a big loss taking Ernest, you know, passing away on February 3rd, you know what I'm saying? So and it's been rough. It's been over a year and some change. But, you know, one thing me and him used to talk about was hoop jargon, like really popping off as far as the media game. And he's like, you need to hook up with Chris in Dallas, and I ain't gonna front. I was like, man, why Chris ain't holler at me? Like, you know, I got this great group, but he was like, man, you gotta get your stuff on, man, and then, you know, he'll recognize it. And I didn't get that until I left. I'm in LA now. I'm popping now. Me and Chris do a lot of work together now. You know, he got Kendrick Perkins to give hoop jargon a shout out. You know, I'm doing interviews with Cynthia Cooper, Aaron Brooks. Well, I'm sorry, Alvin Brooks in 2 days, man. So, I mean, everything happened at its own time, man. So him being a part of what we did was huge. And I always told him, bro, I'm kind of telling myself a little bit some of my inebriated days out. I was like, bro, I always tell him, man, anything happen to hoop jargon, bro, I want you to run it. I want you to see it in my own vision. I want you to keep it rocking, because I know me getting, you know, inebriated on late nights. I'm like, man, the smartest thing you do with your time. So I was with. He was more of a family man. Like, bro, I want you to take over if anything happened to me. And so now that, you know, 2 years later, that ain't the reality. It just makes you dig deep within to still lead, even though you ain't got your right hand man like you had, you know, some time ago. So, you know, it's been a transition, but I mean, any man, you know, you're gonna have peril, you're gonna have circumstance, and you just got to keep pushing, man.
For sure, man. And like I said, man, that was a good brother, man. So, man, I just want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I keep his legacy alive in the way that I can. You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, y'all were a lot more closer than, you know what I'm saying, we were. But, you know, real recognize real. And like I said, man, that's a great brother, man. Another one, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, that just kind of helped me develop, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, when we first met, I was in my real woke anti-religious stage. And you know what I'm saying, anything you know what I'm saying, about my brother E, you know what I'm saying, he's real strong within his faith. And so, you know, we used to have, you know, a lot of discussions, you know what I'm saying, just about the things I learned and the things he learned. And I felt that he took away things from our conversation, and I took away a lot from our conversations as well. And just how I was formulating my argument, you know what I'm saying, for the people. And, you know, what was my real purpose in doing what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? And I realized that a lot of what I was doing was for personal satisfaction, you know what I'm saying, in so many ways. And I really wasn't helping, you know what I'm saying, the overall point that I wanted to make. And, you know, and I had multiple people in my life that were like that. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm always just give props, you know what I'm saying, to those people, because, you know, like I said, they just kind of help transform me, you know what I'm saying, into a better leader, a better man, you know what I'm saying, a better public speaker, you know, a better way to actually hit the point home and deadly turn people off by my tone or little words here and there that, I'm a troll. So, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I do, you know what I'm saying, give information that is factual, but sometimes I say shit to get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like I do that, you know what I'm saying, either way. But, you know what I'm saying, it's learning how to walk that line, you know what I'm saying, and knowing what's what, man. But, you know what I'm saying, big shouts to Hoop Jargon, man. It's just, it came, you know what I'm saying, and it came a long way, and, man, I'm just excited to see where you finna go from here, bro.
Man, I'm excited too, man. And I walk that same line you walk, brother, about, you know, religion and spirituality and what have you. You know, me and East used to get into it about that too. You know what I mean? I think we kind of are closer in spiritual alignment than I was with Ernest. But you learn though, man, right, you know, how to administer medicine. You know what I mean? You don't dump the whole the whole thing down somebody's throat. You give it
For sure.
importance. You have
sure.
understanding. You have discernment. So yeah, I had that similar path. You know, with Ernest with that. You know, even though I walk out a year, some change later, got my own beliefs. You know, and I guess on another show, another day, we can delve into that.
Yeah. We have to break that down.
Yeah. So, but it's not about my belief system. It's not about what I just understand, because I don't control your life. I control the next person's life.
Sure.
And if you understand that, you don't approach it in that same way. So yeah, I feel you all the way on that, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. So, man, what's next for Hoop Jargon, bro?
What's next for Hoop Jargon, man? I'm hoping, man, to get some corporate brands up under me, so I can go out and do this full time. I mean, I like working for who I work for. Well, I already said it, Mattress Firm. You know, they pay me well, but I spend long hours at the store. So if I can, you know, make comparable to better income doing this full time, that's definitely what I'm interested in. I would like to believe I give perspective that's different than mainstream perspective. I'm going to delve right into it, and shout out to is it Greg Warner, Barry Warner out of Houston Radio, man. No, it's a true story, bro. We had a Hoop Jargon party at Jake's at the sports bar we always did by the Galleria. Yeah. One day I noticed Barry Warner was there, and he's an old white dude, does ESPN radio. He does SB Sports Radio in Houston. Everybody know Barry Warner. So he was there one day. I was like, man, he look like Barry Warner. So I went and chopped it up with him. And he was like, man, I love what y'all doing. And this is just crazy to look at and see and blah, 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 blah. Like, man, if you ever want advice, man, just hit me up. Hit him up like a few months later. I went to ESPN Studios. Now, I posted about this on Facebook about 2.5 years ago. And I sat in on one of his shows. And he was just telling me what he did. His biggest thing was, like, he called it peel back the onion. So when you're interviewing somebody, peel back the onion, figure out their whole story, figure out, you know, what the origins are and who they are today, and tie it all together. That's how you make a great story. And I took them words for gospel, man. Like, so I've been doing that for the last 2-some-odd years when I interview somebody. And I mean, I probably give some gems up with that, but whatever. I don't mind. Sharing is caring. I want y'all to know the same game I got put on with.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's made me a pretty decent interviewer, man. So I just want to keep building on that, bro. So Hoop Jargon, I hope it take the hell on and you know, and more beyond that. So
oh man, I know it will, man, just because, you know what I'm saying, you have the personality and you have the knowledge to, you know what I'm saying, compete with, you know, a lot of people that I see within the industry. You know, it's just about making the right connections and getting exposure. And I think that you're going about that path the right way. You keeping it as a honest platform. And, you know, as long as you do that, man, I think the people going to love it. And I appreciate what you just said and dropping jewels, man, because, you know, I think it's important and it's imperative for those of us that are blessed to have certain resources and obtain a certain level of notoriety to share with others and the different things that we do or we have done to get to where we are. Because, I mean, the thing is, like, no matter how you give up the game, like, can't nobody do you like you. Yeah. You know that? So, like, even if we all using the form, the same form or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you got your own individual, unique personality and your own ideas, like, no platform not going to look like anybody else's platform.
Yeah.
If you're trying to follow this cookie cutter thing to success, then you're going to be one amongst a million. But, you know, as long as you do you, but, you know, we got to make sure that we are giving back to the next generation of people that want to do media and you know, some people want to get into this space, man, because that's the way that the message keep going. You know, that's why we here today.
And brother, I want to add, man, you got to humble yourself to people's, you know, knowledge, man. Like one of my advisors, bro, this dude, 19 years old, man, white kid from Scotland, 19 years old. He's a big YouTuber, and I've gotten plugged in with him doing what I've been doing. This dude giving me game at 19 years old. At you know, me 36, I ain't got nothing to learn from no 19-year-old. But I got to humble myself. This dude got over 100K YouTube followers, so he know the YouTube game. He's been doing YouTube since he's 12 years old. So he's giving me, he believe in what I'm doing. He telling me what I should change based on how he views it. And so you gotta be able to be open to these people, man. And so I'm honored by the whole experience. I mean, it humbles me because again, I on GP, ain't another 19-year-old got to tell me, especially another 19-year-old white boy out of Scotland.
Yeah, right.
Stuff, man. I look at his body of work. Who am I to say that he's wrong?
Right, for sure.
So yeah, I would impart that wisdom on all people who want to get into this game, man. Just soak it all up, no matter who comes. If it's good information, it's good information, man.
Hey, man, that's real, bro, man. So, man, before we get out of here, man, let people know, man, how they can follow you, how they can get in contact with Hoop Jargon and get down with the movement.
Yeah, man. So follow me on all major platforms, man. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's at Hoop Jargon, HOOPJARGON. I think you can see it on the screen, but if you need the visual, you need the audio to go with that visual. Bam, I got you, man. Follow me, brother. I promise you will not be mistaken. YouTube as well. My YouTube page has been snapping off, and so I just want to keep that cracking, man. I really appreciate the opportunity, bro.
For sure, man. And it's YouTube where people can come in.
You said with YouTube now? I'm sorry?
Yeah, no, I say it's where the upcoming interviews gonna be. Are they gonna be on YouTube?
Yeah, they're gonna be on YouTube and on my Facebook fan page. And so again, I got Coach Alvin Brooks from Baylor University. If you don't know, Baylor was popping this year. Baylor was number one in the nation at one point. So I'm gonna have Alvin Brooks on here Tuesday at 8:00 CST Central Standard Time, and that's gonna be my next big interview, man. So y'all check me out, man. And I want to be back on the show, man. If y'all like me, cool.
Man.
That shit, man.
yeah, for sure, bro. Well, man, you're welcome to come back, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got you, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Hoop Jargon, man. Man, make sure that y'all follow my boy, man. Support the movement, man. It's your brother iTunes Rod, man. You know what I'm saying? MelaninIlluminated.com. Gonna leave y'all on some of this shit, man. I'll let y'all
be.
Peace.
The bad, the ups and downs, through it all, you were there. But since I can't be around you, I'm searching hard to find anything you left me behind. But all I'm left is the pictures around me, left with the love still inside of me, left with all of the things that I don't have, if I wouldn't change. All I'm left is all of the memories left with all that you meant to me, right in the song, try to move on. But every time I think about the love that I need in my life right now, and all I can think of is you. I'm only thinking of you. And I tell you the truth, that the hardest thing to do is lose the one that really had your back. Never letting you fall down. Guaranteed to crack a smile every time they come around. But now you're not around, and I got a frown, but I need a smile. It'll take a while, 'cause you're always on my mind. All I'm left is the pictures around me, left with the love still inside of me, left with all of the things that I don't have, if I would've changed. All I'm left is all of the memories left with all that you meant to me, right in the song, try to move on. But I can't help myself when I'm alone to realize that you're never coming home. And all I'm left with now is empty space and memories left around, happiness unfound, and I'm just trying to figure all this out. That's all I'm left is the pictures around me and the love inside of me. All of the things I don't have the power to change. All I'm left is all of the memories and all that you meant to me. Right in the song, trying to move on.